I got here in a car. But there was a motivation. I came from Aurora. I was a young single mom and with two young daughters, and I was dating a gentleman who worked at European Health Spa in Northglenn, which was like probably the precursor to what are now gyms or personal trainer or whatever. It was over on Melody Drive, part of the Northglenn, or the original Northglenn Mall. And we dated and decided we would move to Northglenn and get married. And the reason we chose Northglenn was because of his job, but secondly, because we really liked the small neighborhoods, the schools that were embedded in the neighborhoods, and we knew, and at that time in the 70s, you could, there wasn't the need to drive kids to school like it is now, and they were able to walk. It was like a block and a half. It was just perfect. So we moved to Northglenn on the east side, Humboldt Drive, lived there for a few years, and then we got antsy to move over to the west side. We liked the houses, we liked the neighborhood, we wanted the kids to be closer to the high school so they could walk to the high school. This was all part of the plan. We purchased a home on an empty lot in a subdivision that it was called Northglenn Estates. It was completely unbuilt, undeveloped. City had put in curb and gutter, and that was about it. Street lights. We purchased our home from David Perlmutter, who was the uncle of Jordan Perlmutter, who was the original builder for the Perlmack homes in Northglenn. So it was kind of a family. They all were into construction and development. So anyway, we purchased a lot, built a custom home, which is what that whole development was all custom homes. We were way out of our league. I don't know how we made it. We didn't even have a yard for 5 years, so we planted rye just to keep the dirt down and to keep the city officials away from giving us code violations. And we were the second home that was built in that estates, in Northglenn Estates, and since then, of course, it's completely built out and is a beautiful neighborhood. The streets are very wide. Sidewalks are wide, street lights are different. It's just a different kind of neighborhood, beautiful. I worked in Denver as a registered nurse, hospital administrative type, and just got to know my neighbors, one of whom was Harry Blankenship, was a member of city council at that time, and he encouraged me to get involved with the city. Just do something, volunteer with the city. And he said, planning commission is a good way to start. So I did. And I interviewed with city council. I was a nervous wreck and, got on the planning commission, was there for a while, and then just decided, after I retired, I just decided to run for city council. And it actually was with his encouragement, even though, believe it or not, I was running against him. And we ran against each other, and he was very respectful about it, and we remained friends, but I won the election. So I was on city council from 2004 to 2008. When my children were young, and we lived on Humboldt Street, I had an older daughter that was pretty hyper, and we decided that we needed to get her involved in some kind of sports, and her interests seemed to be swimming. So she tried out with the Northglenn Dolphins, which was a really large swim team that practiced at the natatorium at Northglenn High School, which is now the STEM school. The pool was filled in. And it was a pretty rigorous program. It was USA Swimming, or AAU at that time. And we enrolled her. She swam very well. She actually swam extremely well through the years and made some lasting friendships for sure. The team was about 100 kids, and we took them on trips every year to some kind of swim meet out of state, and just to entertain them and so forth. Went to Hawaii twice, and the coach was Hawaiian, and Jim Kitamura, and he really, that was his dream, was to take the the club to Hawaii. But my involvement was on the administrative side. I was the president of the Booster Club, and so it was kind of running the parents, which was always kind of a challenge. But you know, it was dues collecting and scheduling meets and running the Northglenn Open, which ran for many, many years. It was a very popular swim meet, 3-day swim meet at the natatorium. So it just was a great time in our lives and in Northglenn's lives. And there was a time, I will tell you one story just quickly, that there was a time where the city of Northglenn basically was wanting to not fund the natatorium any longer. It was a kind of an arrangement between Northglenn High School, the school district, and the city for the care and maintenance of the pool. And they thought it was a cost-saving effort. But by doing that, that would have taken away our practice pool and our meet pool and so forth. So we, I recall this like it was yesterday, we decided that in order to influence the city council members, that we would come to a city council meeting after practice one night, which was 7 o'clock, and bring them in here dripping wet with all their swimsuits and their warm-up jackets and all their regalia and everything, and plead with them not to take that pool away from this club and all these kids. It worked, believe it or not. So it was a very memorable time, and the kids remember it, you know, because it would have been the end of the team for sure. So you know, it's kind of an addiction being elected and being involved. And once you get involved and you understand the workings of a municipality, my interest level never left me. And so before I left council, I was appointed to the Urban Renewal Authority. And I've been with the Urban Renewal Authority ever since 2008. So that's a long time, and I'm the chairman currently. And I enjoy that immensely. It's kind of a sweet spot. It's all about development in the city of Northglenn and new things and new business and, you know, making old, tired retail areas come alive again. And that's really a very wonderful, good feeling for all of the Urban Renewal Authority members, and we all really love what we do. So I do that, and then I'm the chairman of the Arts and Humanities Foundation in Northglenn, which is my left brain. The right brain is the Urban Renewal Authority, left brain is the Arts and Humanities Foundation. And that is just a great group of volunteers who work hard, make good decisions about art, public art, music, performing arts in the city of Northglenn. We're so lucky to have a theater. We have a 350-seat theater, soon to be a new theater in the new rec center with its own separate entrance, which is a dream come true. And we just are really looking forward to that. We have almost $1 million worth of public art installed in the city. And you know, I think over time we're going to be well known for our arts and culture programs. I think I can see it coming. SCFD is very fond of us, gives us quite a bit more money than other cities that surround us, and we're very proud of that. And it's not because we don't deserve it, frankly. I'm in our local Rotary Club, the Northglenn Thornton Rotary. It's a great group of people, a lot of A personalities, people who want to get things done and get them done well, give back. We do it as a group. We do a lot of fundraising at our annual duck race that we partner with the city of Northglenn on the 4th of July, and it's just a spectacular event for kids and families. And we make all of our money at that event, and there's no administrative anything. We give it all back, right back into the community, to food banks and scholarships and to CASA and to other organizations in the city that are in need. We're very flexible. I'm part of the Adams County Planning Commission, which keeps me, once again, it's kind of that land use love that I have, and redevelopment, and it's just a very interesting part of my life, and I enjoy it a great deal. So, oh, and I'm a yard judge. Here, now we're back on the right brain. I judge yards. I've done that in the beautification program for probably 15 years. It's kind of like going to somebody's door and saying you won the Publishers Clearinghouse award. People just about lose their minds. They love it so much. And it's a program Northglenn should never, ever, ever get rid of. The other program that I actually started when I was on council was the Magnificent Tree Program. And I was in Fruita, Colorado. My daughter lived there, and I happened to see in their city hall that they had a We Love Our Trees, and they had pictures of trees that they picked out each year, and I thought, oh, this is perfect for Northglenn. So started that, and we every year we pick one magnificent tree, and indeed they are magnificent. And there's a display near the city council chambers where we show those trees over the years, and that's now gone on for about 11 years. So I'm very proud of that. I don't know if anybody's ever said this before, but I love the fact that you can connect with the city officials and the city council very easily here. It's not hard. If you want to get involved in Northglenn, it's very, very easy and very satisfying. And it's not a hard, nasty process. It's very, very smooth and welcoming, and it's something I think that sets us apart from maybe more bureaucratic cities or whatever. It's a very small town kind of attitude. It's easy to get around in this city. We have what we need in this city. We can always use more as far as retail is concerned, but as far as quality amenities, I don't know if you can do much better. It's just, our parks are to die for. We have huge open space. We've got a lot of trails that connect west to east, east to west. It's really a very connected city. What I'd like to add is I've been here for 43 years. I've raised a couple of daughters. I've had a lot of enjoyment in this city. I've made deep and lasting friendships in this city. I'm not going anywhere.